Well, the plan to hold the 9/11 terrorism trial in New York City near Ground Zero, it now appears to be all but dead. The Justice Department is looking at possible alternative sites for the trial of confessed 9/11 mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and 4 alleged accomplices. Mayor Michael Bloomberg publicly withdrew his support for the idea this week, citing the huge security costs. Joining me now, Julie Menin, chairperson of New York City's Community Board 1. The area includes the federal courthouse where the trial was scheduled to be held. It also includes Ground Zero. So thank you for being here, Julie.
Oh, thank you.
You think, in terms of the message that would be sent were this trial to be held there, the emotional one, the we're back, we can handle this, we're strong, how does that weigh in your decision on whether or not to support this?
Well, first of all, it's completely impractical to have this trial in Lower Manhattan, and that is the first overriding factor here. The fact that we would even consider spending close to $1 billion on a multi-year trial in the financial capital of the country. So to me, that is dispositive. That is the #1 factor. We've got to remember that in Lower Manhattan, we're just getting over the ravages of September 11th. So why on earth will we put this trial back into the neighborhood, particularly given the fact that it is where the New York Stock Exchange is, where the Wall Street companies are, we're in the middle of an economic recession. We can't risk having yet another attack. We've already been attacked twice in this neighborhood.
Well, so my question to you, is your concern mostly out of the financial cost for providing security, or is it the threat of a real, viable terrorist attack?
It's actually all the above. It's the financial cost, it's the safety and security of the hundreds of thousands of people who live and work in Lower Manhattan. We're the 4th largest commercial business district. And it's also the fact we've got to remember that the September 11th Memorial, which is going to be open next year, we're going to have 5 million visitors a year coming to that site. Why would we risk that? And we also have to remember that the NYPD recent released cost estimates showing that the trial would be $200 million a year, and there would be 2,000 security checkpoints in Lower Manhattan. 2,000 security checkpoints. At a certain point, we need to say, no, this is not acceptable. And that is why I wrote to Attorney General Eric Holder this week, and I urged him to consider military installations within the Southern District. So my point is, yes, have the federal court trial. You can have a federal judge preside in a military installation. We've got to remember that the Obama White House and Attorney General Holder, they're in an intractable political situation where half the country wants a military tribunal, half the country wants a federal court trial. I'm saying split it down the middle. Have a federal court trial, but have it in a military installation.
Can you have the same players from a federal court trial that would have been in Lower Manhattan go to a military location and do that? I mean, because a lot of the reason it was here, because we had the best judges. They dealt with terrorism. They knew how to do it. The federal prosecutors, crackerjack, sharp people to do this. Can these people go to a military location?
I'm saying, as a former regulatory lawyer, it can be in the Southern District. You can still have the federal Southern District judges preside in a military installation. It does not have to be in a federal courthouse, and that's why I think the administration looked at this in a narrow focus. They said, let's either put it in the federal court in Lower Manhattan or let's put it in the federal courthouse in White Plains, New York. That's too narrow focus. You can look at military installations like whether it be West Point or the Stewart National Air Guard Base or the Federal Bureau of Prisons in Otisville, New York, and then you've got the military imprimatur.
All right, now, let's say that the next step, though, does not go the military route, but to another civilian court. That means New York City is punting to another jurisdiction, and they're going to say, hey, no thanks.
Okay, well, as chair of Community Board 1, instead of adopting a NIMBYs, not in my backyard type of attitude, I put forward these proactive solutions. I asked the Attorney General to look at the feasibility of the cost and security and community impact, because community impact is a big issue. And I really believe that we do not want to punt this to someone else. We're asking him to look at the community impact. For example, on the Stewart National Air Guard Base that I'm proposing, there are only 600 personnel that are there. That's a 270-acre site, as opposed to this very narrow and densely populated Lower Manhattan neighborhood that they're considering putting the trial in.
All right, Julie Menin, thank you for making your opinions heard. Appreciate that.